Hello everybody, it's Rocky and thank you so much for joining my channel. I usually talk about fashion, lifestyle right here in my city of Chicago, and just a little bit of beauty. And today we're talking about beauty. Let's get right into it. So I did a video about Jomashop, saying whether if it was a scam or not, if it's worth going, and oh my gosh, the response to that video has been overwhelming. Over 20,000 views and so much conversation about people's experience. Some people have been completely scammed, or other people have been shopping with Jomashop for over a decade and have never had an issue. So I'm one of those people. I'm somewhere in the middle. I don't know if I fully trust Jomashop, but from all of the shopping that I've done with Jomashop, it's always been fragrances, and I think one other time I did like a t-shirt just to test it. I've not had an issue. I mean, the shipping takes forever. Like I'm going to review some things with you. I just did an order with them not too long ago. I ordered on August 31st and I just received it today, which is September 14th. So it took 10 business days or 14 full days for me to get it. And in my head, I'm like, this is 2024. Why does it take so long for you to get your items in the mail? Like Amazon can figure out overnight. Why can't Jomashop? But nonetheless, let's get into what I purchased and I'll talk about this experience. So I'm going to use my trusty scissors from my girlfriend, Shonda. So if you're watching, it has been over a decade since you got me these scissors and I still have them. The first thing I'd like to show you, it came in its own, and I just lost it. Okay. It came in its own shipment, aside from everything else that I purchased, was a hand lotion from L'Occitane. It's a rose hand cream, and I love L'Occitane. They used to have one, I don't know, might still be there, but there used to be one not too far from where I worked, and I would pick things up all the time, but full price. So this one I was able to get for just under, I think maybe like 55% off or something like that. I think the original price is $15. Well, the original price is $15 and I got it for $4.35. So not bad. The next one came, there were two items that came in the next shipment, and let me show you that. All right, I'll start with the little thing and not the thing that actually made me shop at all, but it is another hand cream from L'Occitane. And just with my eye, I feel like there was nothing wrong with what I purchased so far. Again, aside from the fact that it took forever to get here, it's coming in good condition. It is as advertised. It's not a fake or a dupe. This one is also another rose one. This one is called Rose Soufflé Vivant, and this one is Rose Soufflé Effervescent. And so there's two different ones there. So again, both of them were $4.35. Originally, I think $14.99 or 15 bucks. So the thing that actually got me to shop on Jomashop again is another blind buy. And I swear I'm not going to do this again. I've risked it a couple times before doing blind buys, and they've worked out in my favor, but I feel like I'm pushing it. I am pushing it doing these blind buys. So this came out in 2023. It's called Torp or Torpe, I'm not sure, from Tiziana Terenzi. Tiziana Terenzi for a long time was exclusively carried in Neiman Marcus, but now I think you can also get it in Saks online and stuff like that. I know definitely at Saks you can find it. So let me see. This one was a blind buy. I bought it based on the notes. The last time I did this was with The Time by House of Oud, which turned out to be one of my very favorite fragrances. The thing is with fragrances, sometimes they don't advertise all the notes, so they can sneak in something that you don't like and you don't really know. So this one is just one of those things. So I think the original price on here probably close to the $400 to $500 mark. I'll have to probably put on a screen if I can find it. And then I believe I paid like $129 for this. So this is how it comes. This isn't like the one that I bought before. It was like an anniversary edition of Dionycio. It came in a big old box that had a light when you opened it and everything like that. So this one isn't as much. I think the price in terms of comparison is not as expensive as the Dionycio, but these are all still very expensive. Made in Italy, all the good stuff. So this comes with a booklet. It always comes with a booklet that tells you, I believe it tells you the notes and a little bit about the fragrance. Tells you about all the fragrances, actually. It's a book with all of it in there. And this is how it comes. It's very, very beautiful. These are very, very weighty. I love the shine on this. And the cap, hopefully the cap always has like a little decoration here. It looks like snakes to my eye. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I've talked enough. Let's go ahead and spray this. Oh, I didn't realize it comes with a small cap too. So I guess if you don't want this big old cap, you got a little cap too. So let's test this out in the cap just to start, and then I'll put it on paper. It has a bit of a citrusy top note. Just trying to let it air out a little bit. The cap is not the right place to put this because it's so strong. Let me see. Let me find some paper. Let's go with some paper. Very nice. I did escape a bullet. I dodged a bullet, put it that way. It is very nice. Is not immediately like a love and like I'm going to evangelize this to everybody, like you have to buy this, but it is beautiful. I'm going to a play tonight. I am going to wear this so I can get it on the skin and see how it works out. Again, I'm super excited about this, but my whole point in making this video was obviously to share with you what I purchased, but also to let you just to kind of follow up. I've done that video about Jomashop. Since that video, I feel like I've purchased 2 more times without issue from Jomashop. This is my 3rd, I think, since that time I made that video, and I've had no issue. So I think I'm standing on the side of I have no issue, but again, my thing is I've only really done fragrances, and I only spend up to an amount that I feel like if it turned out to be a scam or something bad happened, I wouldn't be too mad at that amount. It would hurt me. I would be upset, but I wouldn't be broken about it, right? So nonetheless, Torpe or Torp, you all tell me how this is pronounced in the comments down below. But let me move on to the next thing I want to share with you. So the next thing I wanted to do is fragrance related, is close the loop on a few fragrances that we talked about and tried together. The very first one, I cannot find the sample, but it is MFK, Maison Francis Kurkdjian, Oud Satin Mood or Oud Silk Mood, one of those two. I wanted to get a full bottle of it for a really long time. I had sniffed it in the store, and so I finally got a sample of it. And I'm so glad that I did, because I was able to wear it on the skin, and it just wasn't for me. It didn't make me feel happy. It didn't stink either, but it wasn't what I thought it was. And so I'm so glad that I didn't take the plunge and just buy a full bottle based on spraying it in store, wore it on skin. It just wasn't for me. So the next one is, you all saw me haul, what was it? Ameline from Fleur, the brand Fleur, and it turned out to be, and it was a blind buy, turned out to be amazing, beautiful scent. And they sent me a sample of Missing Person, and Missing Person was all the rage in 2023 into 2024. People, it's like a skin scent, a musky scent, and people, the reason why it's called Missing Person is because it's supposed to remind you of a person that you're missing. It smells like another person that you're in love with. Not for me. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's just not for me. I feel like there may be some sort of a, I don't know, maybe there's a white floral in here or something like that along with the musky things, but it just isn't for me. So I'm glad that I was able to get a sample. I also mentioned to you that I got, I picked up when I was in the store a sample of Jo Malone's Red Hibiscus. And for me, this smelled a little bit like medicinal. And it's just, it didn't jive with my skin at all. I wore it, I tried it anyway, because to my nose, it was like, okay. Then I put it on and it smelled medicinal, and it's just not for me. But if that's something, like if you like hibiscus tea and, have those types of flowers in your house and all that stuff, like you may love this, but for me, it just didn't work out. I'm a floral girly, but this just wasn't it. And then I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, I went down to the Gold Coast and went into Tory Burch looking for a rose oil. And they gifted me with samples of Sublime and Sublime Rose. And I'm so glad that they did, because I was really interested in Sublime to start with. And in the store, it smelled okay, but on my skin, it did something else, and it's not for me. So again, these samples have been lifesavers, and which is why I'm always afraid to do blind buys. First of all, based on notes. So I didn't even get my nose on it at all. And then sometimes I'll do what I call a vision impaired buy, where I've smelled it on paper or whatever the case may be, but not on skin. And I make a purchase that way. And that's risky. But being able to get these samples and put them on your skin, lifesaver, can save you a ton of money. The other one was Sublime Rose, and I just knew I was gonna love this one because it's a rose fragrance. Not for me. So again, thanks again for the samples, and I still love the rose oil, and now I'm thinking I probably need to get that rose oil on my skin before I buy the bottle. It's not overly expensive. The rose oil is $60 in comparison to some of the fragrances that you've seen me purchase. It's not terribly expensive, but it's, you know, it's mentionable, noteworthy, that that sort of thing. So maybe I need to get that on my skin before I purchase it, because I don't know. So next time we talk about beauty or fragrance, I'm gonna have to close the loop with this on this for you. Again, we've based on the notes, I should love it. I sprayed it, I like it. But let's get it on the skin and see what it does. So you all, that brings us to the end. I've talked way too much. This was supposed to be like a 5-minute video, but here we are. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy things like this, reviews and fragrance and a little bit of beauty, but mostly fashion, go ahead and subscribe, share it with your friends. My thought is you all are friends for a reason. If you liked it, I'm pretty sure they like it too. Bye.